the Fargo Five. I'm Conrad Fargo. We are jumping into Fargo Fun. We've got Emma McIntyre, the development manager at Folkways. Hello, Emma.
Hello.
So we have coming up, and this isn't just 1 week, this is multiple weekends, ChristKindlMarkt.
Yes.
Did I say it correctly?
Yes, you absolutely did. You got it.
Because I found the webpage that I had pulled up, and I took your advice, which is pronounce it like it's a normal word that has all the correct vowels in it.
Yes.
Because it's spelt, well, Christ.
Yes.
Kindle is like Kindle, the Amazon thing, but there's no E at the end of it for no reason.
Yeah.
And then also this hatred for the letter E, market, is also missing the letter E.
It took me like 6 months to probably learn how to spell it when I first started at Folkways.
It's just ChristKindlMarkt. But take out all the E's.
Take out all the E's.
It's
German, I think, technically, is
the
the spelling it comes from. Exactly.
Germans.
Exactly.
I love it. No, I was telling you my son has a silly spelling. He has a J in his name, but it makes a Y sound.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, it's William.
Oh.
Not William. William.
With a V at the beginning.
Viljam. Isn't that fun?
William.
It's even better when you write it out because the I and the J both have the dot, and then the J comes down and it makes like a little smiley face.
Ooh, nice.
Every time I see it written, I'm like, yay.
How old is he?
He's 6 months.
That's a badass name for a 6-month-old.
Yeah, I like it. I'm happy with it. The wife not so happy. And then his middle name. So my wife's Japanese. I married a Japanese woman. And then his middle name is Japanese, and it's Ryuga, which means dragon rider. But I have a hard time. Saying anything that starts with a rarirurero. I have a hard time saying that.
Yeah.
So I have a hard time saying his middle name. Japanese people, they don't have the letter V. So my wife has a hard time saying his first name. So neither of his parents can say his name.
That's beautiful. Poetic, really.
There's a poetry there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm glad we're on the same page. Okay. So anyway, back to ChristKindlMarkt. What I want to do is paint the picture. So you're going to show up. When is this? It's this Saturday or
this Friday to Sunday, and then next Friday to Sunday. So the weekend before and the weekend of Thanksgiving.
Each night's got to be different.
Oh yes.
Okay, and what are the times that it's open?
So Friday and Saturday we kick off at noon and we'll wrap up at 9 p.m. And then on Sunday we kick off at noon and we wrap up at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so we close a little early on Sunday, but.
What's it like? So if you show up at noon, is everybody ready to go? Or is it like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is there like a line waiting to...
Oh, yes. Last year we had, I think somebody had released, I feel so bad. Somebody had released a news article where it said it opened at like 11 or something.
Oh, no.
So we felt really cool. We had a lot of people lining up the door. But they do. People come
they were just waiting.
Yeah, they were just waiting. It felt like a really cool concert.
Yeah.
But music kicks off right at noon. So doors
this is downtown.
The downtown at the Fargo Civic Center.
You love it. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But it's indoors in the Civic Center there.
Indoors and outdoors.
Okay, so you're doing both, even though the weather is hitting.
Oh, no worries.
It's going to be. You're not worried.
Worries.
You ain't worried about it.
You bundle up. So the whole part of the reason that we host this event is because in the Midwest there are cultures across the world that exist in the cold, and they still celebrate community in the cold. I think there's a perception that it's cold and you can't do anything, but that's not the case. We are a community building nonprofit. We work to combat loneliness and isolation. So what do we have to do is reach out to our community when we are the most isolated, and that's when it gets cold outside. And so we are committed to hosting ChristKindlMarkt indoors and outdoors. We have a whole lineup of vendors outdoors. The only thing we ask from you is that you wear a hat and gloves, so that way you can stay nice and cozy and enjoy outside, because it's just as pretty as it is inside.
So everybody's wearing it. So I can't wear hats anymore because it'll mess up my hair, and I have to be like, everybody's wearing a hat.
Everybody's wearing a hat. Okay. It's a whole part of the vibe.
No, I mean, like, for real, like, you ask that. I don't wear a hat unless I have to.
We don't ask.
Okay,
particularly. But you're going to have a lot more fun outside if you're not cold.
Well, it'll be warmer. Yes. Well, I wear the earmuffs.
Okay.
But if there's a dress code, I don't want to be the only one. I'll show up in my Christmas sweater and no hat.
Pretend like you're in a Hallmark movie.
Okay.
Like you stepped out of a small town in Minnesota after you visiting home from your New York job.
So do I have to act badly too? Like, do I have to be really like...
No. You're in a Hallmark movie.
Okay.
You're having a great time.
Okay.
It's the holidays.
No, I don't mean badly. I mean,
acting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I have act like
Bad
bad
acting.
actor? Yeah.
Bad
acting.
acting,
Like
yes.
everything is just over.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to paint the picture a little bit more here. So downtown parking, little rough or no? The Civic Center has that new parking there.
So
right?
there's parking in the Radisson Blue parking ramp, and then there's also parking over in the Mercantile.
Okay.
I would encourage you when you are parking downtown to remind yourself how far you walk from the back of the Target parking lot into Target. And then it won't be as bad conceptually when you think that parking downtown is
Mercantile?
difficult. The Mercantile parking ramp. Let me put
Is
you
that
on.
the one that's across the street from Gate City?
This is a little secret between the two of us and everybody else that's listening because I'm on a big parking marketing plan right now. But there is the Mercantile parking ramp. It is just where, so U.S. Bank moved into a new building up North Broadway. There's a whole parking ramp inside of that building. So it's kind of similar to Roberts Commons if you've been over there. But if you just look up.
I don't leave the house.
Well,
so I'm really having a hard time.
When you come to ChristKindlMarkt, because you're bringing your kiddos. Because kids are free, so.
Okay, so everybody else has to pay to get in.
Everybody else, yeah.
Okay,
adults.
what is entry?
$5. And it's the only event.
My bank over
here.
here.
It's the only event that we ticket for. So that's kind of something to keep in mind when you're attending it. Is we do 48 events throughout the span of the year.
Yeah.
ChristKindlMarkt is the only one that we ticket for. It is essentially a fundraiser to allow us to keep
48
free
events.
Yes. Between the farmers market, night bazaar.
This is really interesting.
Yes.
You know what blows my mind? I didn't know you before this.
Exactly.
I didn't hear about this. I have no.
Well, thank you for inviting.
Literally, what I do. Thank my wife. She's the one who reached out, and she is the biggest fan of the show, and she's the one who was like, "You should have this person on." Reached out, set it all up. All I do is events every week. I do events. You do. It sounds 48 a year.
A year.
So you got one every week.
Oh yeah.
This could just turn into the Folkways 5.
We would take it on. We'd be like, yes, absolutely, because we love the community. That's why we do what we do. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So it used to be the U.S. Bank.
Used to be, or it's U.S. Bank's new building. So if you go to the Mercantile, you can honestly just like Google Maps Mercantile parking ramp, and it should pop up. It's right behind the new police depot downtown. So you'll just enter on 2nd. I think it's It's like 2 blocks to the Civic Center. But reminder that parking is free on the weekends, and it's not timed, so you can really park wherever you want.
Yeah.
And head on over.
And so then you come in, you can pay at the door, or should you pay in advance?
You pay at the door.
$5 either way. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get in. We got a bunch of vendors, right? It's a market, or what are we looking at? What is it inside?
We have so many goodies.
Okay.
So you enter into the lobby of the Fargo Civic Center. Imagine you're greeted by a little elf. They have bubbles. They have elf ears. They take your ticket, or they give you your ticket.
Like you're employing children to do this, or who are the elves?
They're adults.
You have little people?
They're real adults, but they do have elf ears.
Okay. You said little. I was grabbing onto the details.
That's true. I guess I was just thinking of them in the concept of how cute they are. They're just they're spectacular. So,
but they've all been measured, and they're all petite and small. None of them are my size.
We have tall elves.
Oh, okay.
We have the world's tallest elf, actually.
Okay.
We have the world's tallest elf, actually.
You said little.
I can't remember his name.
You said little.
I guess I'm excited.
Okay. So you're greeted by a person.
You're greeted by an individual, specifically an elf that's been working really hard to bring you this beautiful, vibrant event.
Yes. I'm sorry.
You enter into the lobby. We have a big s'mores bar where you can buy and make your own custom s'mores.
Oh.
Think Biscoff cookies, Anna's Swedish cookies, Nutella, Reese's, all the goodies you could ever want.
Talking my language.
And when you buy a s'mores, the proceeds go directly to your favorite local community nonprofit, Folkways. And then you'll enter either into the left side, which is inside of the Civic Center, or the right side, which is our outdoor winter wonderland.
Which is bigger. Which is a bigger space.
I think probably the beer hall is larger based on like sitting surface area.
Yeah.
So you head to the left, and we have vendors on either sides. I call it the horseshoe, which is like the hallway that goes around the Civic Center arena. We have treats vendors, so you can picture. Oh gosh, their names are escaping me. We have treat theater. We have scoop and dough. All sorts of baked goodies that you can buy ahead of the holiday.
High calorie.
Oh, high taste, delicious.
Oh my
Do all
goodness.
your Thanksgiving baking at ChristKindlMarkt.
Okay.
And then if you head into the right side, we have our gift market. So we've got local vendors who do anything from painting to jewelry to candles to all sorts of beautiful goods that, I mean, you're not going to really find anywhere else. We've got some new vendors this year that we're really excited for.
And where do these vendors come from? Are they from all around? I know with vendor shows, so I do a lot of vendor shows. I've been to vendor shows. Recently we did Pride of Dakota. That was interesting because they were North Dakota only.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes you get people coming from as far as Texas or Colorado or California or whatever. Is this one of those, or is it all local, or what's the mix?
They're mostly regional is probably the best way to describe it. So they're not all from Fargo Moorhead, but it'll be some people that you see in other retail vendor settings, and they show up for the holidays in a different way. Like, it's fun because you see Milkmaid Cheese, who does the farmer's market every Saturday or a few Saturdays with us in the summer, has a completely different setup for the holiday season at ChristKindlMarkt, which we just love. And then wrapping up indoors, this is what you got to come for.
Okay.
And I feel like we don't do a good enough job marketing it, and we're trying hard this year, is our music lineup.
Okay.
We invest a significant portion of our event budget into the music for ChristKindlMarkt.
Yeah.
It's spectacular. Think of just amazing. We've got the Big Bop Jazz Band. We have swing dancing lessons.
Whoa.
We've got the North 40, which is a great cover band.
And all of these going on at the same time, or like these are scheduled?
All scheduled throughout the span of the day.
So you should definitely go to folkways.org.
Yes.
And then I'm not going to try to tell people how to spell ChristKindlMarkt with no E's.
Yeah,
right?
basically.
There you
Go to folkways.org.
Just go to folkways.org.
Yes.
Find it and find the music. Show up. Here you go. View full schedule. Sign up when the best music is on.
Yes.
Think maybe that's the...
Plan your visit around the music. We've got food there, so you can come and have a meal.
Yeah.
And then if you're hanging out with us outside, we've got s'mores roasting.
And you said this beer?
There's beer from our friends at
beer.
Drecker. So we co-host this event with Drecker Brewing. They are very kind to us. They honestly help make the event possible. And then our friends over at Livewire Production. Wow. Oh, yeah, we're really grateful for them.
This is awesome.
Other sorts of fun activities we've got photos with Santa Claus. We're bringing a professional photographer in. You come take pictures with Santa and your whole family.
My party.
Only beef with our Santa photos is they look not real. So I go to post them every year, and they look like stock images.
Who's your Santa?
Oh, we've got the same Santa year over year. You know, it's Santa. I can't disclose that information.
I'm connected with one, so I was just curious. What's the guy? Is it Al or somebody else? Okay, that's okay.
Maybe.
How many Santas are in town?
There's got to be a few of them.
I think there's at least 3.
Watch out. I'm the Santa.
All right. Well, very cool. Was there anything else that you wanted to make sure? Otherwise, we are going to, if you believe it or not, it is 11:45.
Whoa.
You've been talking for 45 minutes.
Whoa.
We got to jump into the Fargo Fresh. So one more time, where do we find it? How do you get there? How much does it cost?
Yes, so come hang out with us at Folkways ChristKindlMarkt 2 weekends, the weekend before and the weekend of Thanksgiving. You can buy your ticket at the door and find more information at folkways.org.
Fantastic. Coming up next, Fargo Fresh. Don't go nowhere.